Well, good morning, everybody. I've got one word: volatility. that's my really my only word today is volatility. so we wake up here. I guess what the Dow's down 400 and change, something like that. Ouch! It's gonna hurt. SPY's down here below the 50-period moving average. Thanks to that little gap down today. Nice, Bob C. Way to go. Yeah, seriously, there's some volatility today. I'm going to be doing a little video here this week of a question that I received from somebody, and they're struggling, and they're trading this through here. One of the things I'm going to say there is, why are we trading through there? Today, a lot can be said that for today. If you're going to try to chase, you need to back away. This is hardcore. This is serious stuff. This is our hard-earned money. You earned it somewhere. You did a 9 to 5, or I don't know. Maybe your cousin left you $1 million. In which case, go ahead and lose it all. But we're in a place now that every trader needs to dig inside themselves and just ask, is this really what you want to trade? Is the market really doing what you want it to do? So if you go long today on something, do you really want to go long on it? Is the overall market in your favor? Is it? I don't know. Everybody is, I can tell you, Nancy says nope. I'm with Nancy on that. Absolutely nope. So if we want to, let's take DRI as an example. DRI I have as a short here, but it needs to fall through. So is this the short you want to take? Or do you want to wait till it actually pulls underneath this line, this support area here? Another one is leg. Now leg looks pretty good. Let leg pop up a little bit. Follow the market. What's the overall market doing? That is one of the huge keys in trading, is go with the flow. Don't try to be all Tarzan and different. Don't be a Rocky out there. You don't need to be a Rocky. Go with the flow. And so what is the flow? Okay, so let's go back to the SPY here. All I can say is choppy. It's crazy. It's insane. Just nuts. Now, overall, I think there's a lean to the short side. I have to say that. Definite lean to the short side. So be careful not to chase, I guess. That's something important. Careful not to chase. I want to look at VIX. I pointed this out last week. I want to point it out again. We're going to go to a weekly chart. There, almost thought I deleted something I wasn't supposed to. All right, so just take these lows and move it across, and take these lows and move it across. Take these lows and move it across. I think the VIX has been putting in a stealth bullish move. And I say stealth because it sort of tricks us a little bit. We pop up, it can't sustain, so it pulls back. It pops up, it can't go anywhere. But every time it pulls back, it's finding a higher level. So boom, back, 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 back. I would be a little cautious, and I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I think this is dangerous, super dangerous. I truly believe the market may be in a little bit of trouble. The news out there, it just gets worse and worse and worse. It kind of looks like we're not going to get any more government handouts, at least not tomorrow, that's for sure. The government's not going to be pumping money into the market, which means, oh my goodness, could it possibly be the market is going to have to rely on businesses actually making money? Whoa, what a concept. So earnings. So let's keep an eye on that. Anyway, enough of my preaching here. I apologize. I get a little carried away. My wife just rolls her eyes at me when I do that. Let's take a look at VZ. Now, I do think VZ is still a long chart. I think it's working out pretty good. Today is pretty sharp here. Good looking morning action. I see 53.85, and then above 53.85, we can move higher to some of these targets. So important. Put your stops in. If you're somebody that doesn't use stops, start using stops. I would keep stops somewhat tight over loose, but it does mean that you're likely to get, I think there's a high probability you'll get stopped out. Not likely is a bad word, but high probability. And if you don't want to do that, welcome to a choppy market. Maybe sit back. Take it easy. You know, this is the holiday time. Don't need to be here right now. Really don't. Go spend money on Christmas present. Buy me something like that. Yeah, I like that idea, by the way. So Verizon here looks pretty good. Make sure you keep that stop on, not only at a good stop area, but on an area that you can afford. Right now, I see where the pre-market low is, and I see where Friday's low is. Anything below 52.37 would cause me immense heartburn. I know people that put a stop in down here, and they complain that they lose too much money. Why are we doing that? So ask yourself these questions. NEM, I think, is still looking a little bullish as well. We've got a low, a bit of a higher low, or a double bottom here. And we've got a nice big bullish candle. We rallied up, pulling back this morning into probably, I don't have my 3 EMA up here, but probably a nice little 3/8 trap. Above $60.75, and actually I could lower that a little. Above $60.50, we should be able to get 63.42. But remember, nothing guarantees that's where it's going. Nothing in the world guarantees that. So make sure you put those stops on. Make sure you take profits into strength. IBM. And let's talk about that into strength, and we'll talk about it here on IBM. IBM is still looking good. We've now rallied above the 50-period moving average. It's not a true rounded bottom breakout because it's not quite enough distance, enough spread to the 200 up here, but it has the same type of look, the same action that's going on. It looks great. Let's put a stop in. So maybe if we started getting back below the 200 period moving average, and let's just think about that for a quick little second. If we got back below the the 50 period moving average, or the T line right here, wouldn't that really kind of put us back down into here? Do we want to be right there? Do we want to be under that trend line? Do we want to own it if it's under that trend line? I think not. Why? It's not doing what we want it to do. Let's talk about taking profits into strength. So I've got a couple possibilities here. This is not rocket science, folks. This is probably the easiest thing in trading, and probably one of the most asked questions, and probably one of the most confusing things there are when it comes to trading. First of all, targets are simply where price has been. That is it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is exactly where it is. We could put a target up here if we want. We could put a target where price has tap danced right there. There you go. It's not rocket science. Easiest thing in the world. Here's the confusing part. When somebody puts a target up there, they literally think they're at a archery range or a rifle range, gun range, shooting range, and people see here. Let me. This is time for me to get a little artistic here. Maybe. Here we go. There we go. Here we should probably make the target. I don't know. Let's make the target red. Here's your target. And we'll put another. There you go. That's the bullseye. And just because there is some target up here and it doesn't matter who put these targets up here. It does not matter. You, me, Doug there. Good morning, Doug. Mr. Buffett himself. Nothing guarantees these charts getting to these targets. Absolutely zero. So let's talk about profits into strength. And let's get this little bad boy out. So just what if? This is a what if. What if IBM here was to do this? Would this be a good place to take profits up here? Maybe don't close all the position, but certainly profit into strength. What if it was to do this? And let's get right to that line right there. So are we going to look at this and say, oh my gosh, I've got a winner here? To the moon, IBM. You know, somebody said, hey, it was going here, going here, going here. Somebody said that. Well, good luck with that, because 9 times out of 10, here's what's going to happen to you. Right back to that trend, or down anyway. And then you're going to be sitting there questioning your ability to trade. Your trading is just fine. You just have in your mind that there's a target right here, and you've been taught all your life to hit the target. Darts. Hit the target. Hit the green, hit the red, hit in the 20 mark, hit the target. Forget targets. Sure, this is where price has been. Absolutely. We have a gap fill here. Absolutely, that is an easy thing to fill, providing the chart works out. So forget targets. They're nice to have there. They are. But sell into strength. Sell into strength. Take your money. DRI. Now, I do think DRI is a short here. 2 places I think we could see the short work is on weakness. Another thing we might do is wait and see that if it can actually pop up a little bit. Probably should have done it this color. Come up a little bit and then sell, which I'm not sure it's going to do that. But I certainly see right now, here we go again with targets. There's absolutely no guarantee, but if I short DRI, I'm looking for 119.90. There's no rocket science here. I'm taking these candles this high, I'm taking these candles this low, and I'm just splitting the difference between the high and the low. That's all I'm doing. I'm just splitting the difference between the high and the low. I got a target in there. Okay, great. Absolutely zero guarantee that's where it's going to go. But if it does trigger for a short, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for a short. Now, each and every trader has to decide where their entry is. You know, is your entry, say, inside the green box here? Is your entry going to be right here? Is your entry going to be on a breakdown? Every trader has a little different thing going on. I want to remind everybody that is today really the day you want to trade again? Do we really want to chase? This might or might not be a chase to some folks. It did gap down. Just be sure you want to trade today. Leg. Look at leg here. So leg would be a nice little short below Friday's candle. Well, here we are. So are we in the buy box? We could be for some folks. Other folks were not. If we take a look at this, that was a big move down. Is this considered trading? Chasing? For some folks, yes. For some folks, no. Again, do you want to trade this market today? I keep coming back to that because the market is full of crazy volatility right now. Insane volatility. And I just want to be sure if this is what I want to do. Also, I'm going to keep my stops extremely tight. And there is a high probability that I get stopped out. Do you know that one of the key, actually, I'm going to say the number one key to successful traders. Number one key is controlling your losses. The wins will come. Look, looking at a chart is not rocket science. It really is not. Candlesticks is not rocket science. It is crazy easy stuff. Where we get sideways is when we don't know what market to be in, because in choppy markets, just sit back, take it easy, because in choppy markets, you have too many losses. So say somebody controls their losses. Man, I control my losses. 2% maybe. That's it. Okay? That's not bad. But if you do that on 10 trades you make today, ouch, you didn't control anything. Again, is this the market we want to trade? Control your losses. Number one thing for successful traders. So here's Starbucks. Starbucks is a short for me. Now that we've gapped down though, I don't want to chase this. I really don't want to chase it. Now we're getting into this candle over here. So what are we going to do? It's too choppy at this point. Are we going to start popping up, or are we going to start moving down? So I want to wait till things settle, till the chart gives me a little bit more comfort, till I can see the chart is more my friend, because chop is not my friend. Chop is not my friend. I have 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'd really like to keep them. If Starbucks does start to fail, then I'm looking about 96.40 down here. Once again, it's not rocket science. Here it is. Somebody might say, well, could you put the stop right here? Or your target? Of course you could. Of course you could. But I like the stop right, or the target, stop. I like the target right here because I'm going to trade price. Sell into strength. Sell into strength, or weakness in this case, I guess. Sell into weakness. This is not a bullseye. It's just an area that price looks like it can go. And, yep, right there could be as far as it goes to. We can't predict that. You can't predict, is Starbucks going to get to this low? Is it going to come down to get to this low? Or is it going to come down to these lows? You can't predict that. All we can do is follow trend and price. That's it. Sell into strength, sell into weakness. Profit into strength, profit into weakness. For now, those of you that are as crazy as I am sometimes, keep this chart on your watch list. Just a watch list, that's all. I'm kind of eyeballing it. I kind of like what it's done here. This may get a little hop and pop up here toward the 50 over a few days. It's not ready. This is where the scanner comes in for me. One of the areas, I don't have to stare at it, and I don't have to buy it on speculation. I'll have it on the scanner, and when the scanner starts to alert me and we'll just assume today's the day, okay? When the scanner starts to alert me and we get a candle like that, that's when it'll alert me. Now I can get into it. And I do not feel I have to have some kind of trick entry. I don't have to guess at the entry. I don't have to predict. I want to be where the bulls are, not at some super duper price. I don't need to be in at 301. I don't need to be in at 306. I want to be in when the bulls are in. That's when I want to be in. So I'll be watching this. Crisp. I think Crisp is a nice chart. I think Crisp is a very nice chart. We have a low, a high, a higher low. We've moved up. Good candle Friday. Little inside day today. Bank of America on the short side. The problem is Bank of America was a short up here. Now that we've gapped down, are we chasing it? Don't chase. Don't get caught up in FOMO. Don't get caught up in fear of missing out. For those who don't know, that's what FOMO is, F-O-M-O. So don't jump on something because you're fearful of missing out, because somebody said the target was down here. Oh my gosh, I better get a hold of this right now. There is no need to. Don't chase. Don't chase the gap down. Now, if we start to fail, I probably should make that red. If we start to fail in there, okay, we might look at that. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to chase it predicting that it's going to run down when it could. I cannot guarantee that it's not going to do this, or it's going to bounce right here off the dotted deuce up a little bit. Choppy market. This is a tough market. This is a tough market. Might be a good day for me just to go Christmas shopping. Hey, I want to thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it very much. We'll see everybody in about 10 minutes for this market to open up, okay? Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. See you in 10.